So what is on your mind? What are you hearing about this draft, Trey? What are your 2 cents on this one? What do you got for me? You think?
It's the most unpredictable draft I can imagine in forever, right? I mean, unless something ridiculous happens, we're not going to have a quarterback go in first overall. That's been 6 of the last 7 drafts. Myles Garrett in 2017 is the exception.
Mm-hmm.
But take it back even farther. Since 2001, this would just be the 6th time that a quarterback didn't go first overall. And it would just be the 7th time since 1998 where a quarterback didn't go 1 overall. And not only do we not have a quarterback going number 1 overall, what was the last time we really had no idea who was going to be the number 1 overall pick? Maybe 2013, the Luke Joeckel, Eric Fisher era.
The Luke Joeckel, Eric Fisher night. I remember that in Radio City Music Hall because no one else did.
The first 4 picks were offensive linemen. Exactly.
Nobody else did. Everybody's wondering when's the Easter special around here. So I remember all of that. And then you know what? I am thinking. The Panthers are the team to watch in this year's draft.
Correct.
That they're the team sitting there at 6. They're the ones that have the opportunity to potentially grab that quarterback and flip things around. And if they don't take the quarterback, then a quarterback might actually fall out of the top 15 in this draft. That's the way I'm looking at it. So that's why I'm looking at Carolina for the draft.
No, you're exactly right. And the problem for Carolina is they're in the exact position you never want to be in. Desperately needing a quarterback when you're not sure there's a quarterback to be had. And that is the epitome of football hell with that position. But how about this, Rich? If the Carolina Panthers do not activate the quarterback at 6, you could have a real possibility that we might have a top 10 without a player who touches the ball being drafted. No quarterbacks, no wide receivers, no running backs, no tight ends. And that would be an NFL draft first.
That's true.
Going back to 1936.
I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think there's too many wide receivers. It's entirely possible a wide receiver goes before a quarterback in this draft.
Yeah.
There's too many wide receivers out there. There's too many wide receiver needy teams. You got the Giants sitting there at 7. You got the Jets sitting there at 10. You got the Seahawks sitting there at 9. They don't. I mean, the Falcons at 8. My gosh, could they use a wide receiver? That's a fact on that front. So
yeah. Well, think about it this way. Kansas City has more picks than anyone with 12. And yes, they've signed Marquez Valdez-Scantling and Juju, and Josh Gordon is there. And hell, they even took a flyer on Coleman out of Baylor, who was that first-round pick, in 2015. And they have Mecole, but I don't think the Chiefs are going to use all 12 picks. So they have more picks than anyone in the draft. And if they fall in love with somebody and they want to get them, they have the ammunition to maneuver as well as anybody. And it's really interesting because Peter King did a great job in his Football Morning in America column today.
Mm-hmm.
This may be one of the deeper drafts we've ever seen. Now, it's not quarterback deep, but because of the COVID years we've been through and a lot of players staying back for that extra year, it's a really good year to have a lot of picks in this year's draft. And we have the Kansas City Chiefs, who were a whisper away from a 3rd straight Super Bowl appearance with the most picks in this draft. And I just think that Brett Veach has done an amazing job to position themselves, knowing what we all know, once the quarterback cap number hits, you got to be creative. And this is a very, very good year for him to try and be creative.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.